Joe gets involved in the podcast this week on Jim Joe Steve Show.
Here's a story about 20 years ago. Three bros who grew up in Baltimore to the beach show. Every summer they had to go before they got married with kids. Now they all grown. Long trips to New York and Toronto. Playing beer pong with Captain Morgan's. Free throws. And if you don't know, now you know. Coming in hot. Jim Joe Steve Show.
Hello and welcome back to another Jim Joe Steve Show. My name's Joe.
I'm Steve.
I'm Jim. We are a couple days into fall, and I had my first pumpkin spice coffee.
How was it?
Do you get pumped for pumpkin spice?
No, because actually
Do you get pumped for pumpkin spice?
pumped for pumpkin spice.
The
Let's
new
go.
Jim Joe Steve Show t-shirt.
Getting pumped for pumpkin spice.
spice.
But I actually put cinnamon in my coffee every day. So
Do you? My dad does that also.
before it's made, I put it on top of the ground.
Yeah, that's exactly how my dad does it.
Yeah.
I don't love
How do you put it
cinnamon
on top
like
of a
that.
K-cup so I can...
You can't.
Oh, all right.
But I think it's 3 K-cups equal 1 normal, what I normally put in for... Do you have a regular coffee maker?
No.
Oh.
Do you open up K-cups and pour them into your coffee
I have.
pot?
I have.
God, that's like the ultimate waste.
It is. But when you're out of like regular
That
coffee...
is saying fuck the environment.
Right.
Do you recycle it right after?
He filters it through the soles of a kitten.
Yeah, I know.
I just throw it out my car window on the way
He
to
just
work.
throws it, then he just goes to the grocery store, grabs a whole bunch of trash bags and pokes holes, and that's how he filters it.
Oh, man.
right.
Oh, so I did something vintage today. I mean, not today, like last week.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I got a magazine subscription.
Oh,
That's so dumb.
I don't think it's gonna be dumb. First,
You
of all,
don't
I
it's-
don't hate magazines,
All right.
although I don't have any more. I always enjoyed getting them in the mail as
Yeah.
opposed to like just looking online.
yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
ever read a magazine all the way through?
Yeah,
I used to read Time
I-
magazine all the time.
I would get 2 magazines, Playboy and Birds in Bloom.
Is that like
Another.
is that like a hustler? Like a, just
No,
a
no,
little
it's about
bit-
birds and,
and
like
flowers?
backyard birds.
Oh.
Like, I mean, seriously.
I was trying to think of
opposite ends
innuendos
of the
when he was talking
spectrum.
about.
It, like, and Playboy's lost its like you don't, when you get older, you don't give a shit about the naked women, but they really did have good articles.
That's why you always found them in the woods.
Well, those are the ones that the 12-year-old kids would steal from their dads.
Oh man, when I was a kid, there was a set of woods behind the neighborhood, and there was a tree stump that had a hole in it, and that was like it was a trading ground for like porno mags.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a hole in it.
No, and like I mean, it was take one, leave one.
It's like those little side of the road libraries. So what was your magazine subscription? Oh,
We should probably try to guess this, shouldn't we?
You've never heard. I had never heard of it before I saw it. So
okay, well, let's get the genre. I think we could probably name the genre of
All
it.
right, let's try to work through it to get the genre of it. All right.
Okay, my knee-jerk reaction would be homemade beer.
okay,
Is he wrong?
yes,
All right. Let's play like. Does it involve this to try to narrow
Okay,
it
all right.
to try to narrow it down? All right.
Does it have to do with around the house? Like
Does it
construction
home
or
improvement?
like
No,
DIY? There's no DIY.
All right.
aspect of it.
Does it have to do with yard work or yard maintenance?
no.
Style.
Why do you guys think like I'm like just getting the magazine that I want to do something? I want to sit down and enjoy a magazine. Style, yes, just ish.
Like men's, specifically men's style,
I think it's probably
like
targeted
all
towards
encompassing,
men.
like furniture.
I think
like-
so.
Okay, like
Does it-
Southern Gentleman or
does it-
something.
Involve clothing?
Maybe, but I'm not sure.
Have you read the magazine?
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, okay.
No.
You
And
just-
I haven't even gotten one yet.
You subscribe to something
God,
based off. Where did you see this?
Instagram.
So they were targeting you.
Oh, and they hit me right on the head.
Making canoes.
No, it's called Whalebone, and It like I don't know. It just looked very.
It's about sailing.
Like boating.
No, not about boating at all. I think it's just articles about
whales.
things I might be. No, it doesn't have anything to do with whales. I think it's got pretty pictures in it. It's like a nice magazine. It's on like thick cardstock and.
How do you know it's on thick cardstock if you didn't get
Because
one
it tells you.
It says thick card. Is it
Well,
like
if it said 50
flimsy?
right? If it said, how would you
It's a
know
Mad magazine.
compared to another magazine? It's cardstock. If you haven't, do you know what I mean? Do you know cardstock? Like it's
Yeah,
do you know what I
I
mean?
do.
Like
It absolutely looks different.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying, Steve?
yes. Like, do you know different levels of cardstock?
I mean, I know different levels of paper. It's not like flimsy magazine paper, like Time magazine is printed all the way on.
What
All right,
type of
Michael.
paper is? Damn it! An office joke. God damn it! So it's just stuff about random stuff.
Yeah. I think it's like, again, it's aesthetic. Like it's pretty. It's well laid out.
Where will
I'm
this end
hoping
up?
the art.
In the trash.
No, I'm hoping
As
it's
all
like,
good magazines
No,
do.
I'm hoping that it's like a nice enough magazine that could like sit on a bookshelf or something after I read
Bookshelf.
it. Yeah.
Okay, so
Bookshelves are so fucking overrated. I have a bookshelf.
Wait, didn't we talk
we
about
talked
bookshelves?
about bookshelves. You're gonna go out and buy a Volvo.
Oh yeah, somebody who has a Volvo also has a bookshelf.
But I've never when I've read magazines, once I was done, it was gone.
Yeah.
There was no point in I was never
Keeping it.
referencing it ever again. So why would you put it on the bookshelf? Like
I don't
so you
know.
sit on the toilet, you read it, it's there.
I think this magazine's too nice to read on the toilet.
Oh my god.
Is it like a coffee table?
I
Like,
think so, yeah. I think it would look nice on a coffee table. Somebody pick it up and flip through it. And
will it look nice piled up on your kitchen table?
probably.
As 17% of his household items are.
It's a good place. It's a good central location for things.
I had this whalebone magazine. How much was the subscription?
Oh yeah. What yeah.
Yeah, what's a magazine? Because I saw
It was like $30, I think.
a month.
No, for the year. First 6,
so
but
it's
it comes
every-
out every
every
other
other
month.
month.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's not that bad.
I mean it's low risk,
Yeah,
high reward.
because I heard like magazines have just gone up in price.
Everything's gone up in price.
Yeah, but it's like no one buys magazines anymore, but they're counteract to their like
Kind of like vinyl, since nobody buys them. Well, now they're kind of resurgence, but typically when something
There's
kind of
still
like
a niche for it.
yeah, when it's out of fashion, out of the main trend, but still there's a niche. People will pay extra for it.
That brings me to my next topic. I'm glad you put that the way you put it. I was walking into work the other day, and there's a girl walking in to the building wearing like khaki material joggers and Adidas shell toes. And then there's a guy walking in behind her that's wearing like skinny jeans. He did ride a motorcycle, and it's like vintage motorcycle helmet and a wallet chain.
what's a vintage motorcycle helmet? Like the little cap?
No. Like it's like very
Minimal?
It's rounded. It was black, but it had like I think like an orange and a yellow stripe. The way the goggle things were.
Okay.
It was and
Something Snoopy would wear.
It's a Red Baron.
I was wearing khakis and a pastel colored polo shirt or something.
Nuh-uh, really?
And I thought
So out of
to
character.
myself, like and this brings us back into the roots of our podcast. I think right now is the best time ever for fashion because everything is in. You can wear absolutely anything, any style from any era, and
You know
it
what?
looks normal.
So I kind of have to agree with you.
That's because I'm right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
What about cargo shorts?
I mean, Dad still rocked cargo shorts.
But is it in style?
That's the thing. Like everything is. I think
It all depends on how
except
you wear
cargo
it.
shorts.
It depends how you wear.
Well, it's
Totally.
like Caitlyn goes for like this 70s kind of look, and because like Harry Styles is like kind of forefronting like that. And then I heard the other day that somebody said that like they're wearing like 90s
Oh,
or
90s.
80s stuff. Like,
Yeah. The skinny tie came back in the early 2000s, and you can still wear a skinny tie and it looks normal, fine. I will say one of the things that hasn't come back, although I did hear that they are coming back, are shoulder pads. Like
for women?
Yeah,
For
like
women?
women's dresses, like shoulder pads are coming
I can
back.
see a certain.
you look like Lawrence Taylor running around.
But I went to Target yesterday. I don't even know what the hell I was there for. I think I was wasting some time. Carter and I went there.
You were looking for whalebone magazines. Or card stock.
And they had the matching tracksuits, like the pants. Like they weren't Adidas, of course. They were Target brands or whatever.
Massimo.
It didn't look, but it was, the navy blue with the red and the
velour?
orange, but just something that would typically, you would see somebody bebopping some type of, dance.
Do you remember, Joe, you and I, like, really, we were going to buy velour tracksuits and wear them out together. We
What
never
happened
did
with that? Missed opportunity.
Laziness.
Yeah, never
Laziness,
put it
probably,
together.
Yeah.
And I think when we were looking at them, they were kind of coming back in style, and they were expensive as shit for like
Maybe
a velour
that's
one.
probably what it was. Like, for a joke, is it really? Yeah, you have to put
Like
like
$100.
jokes have a price tag. Yeah, it's
To
like-
wear something ironically.
Right.
Yes, like, will you spend, like, when I sent our friend JJ, he doesn't like Alicia Keys. He has a huge problem with Alicia Keys, and I sent him Alicia Keys t-shirt, but it was like, there was a price, like how much do you want to spend on this joke?
On a joke,
And
right.
this joke, and I was like, well, I guess $20 is
20,
worth.
I would say for a joke like that would be $30 will be my limit.
Yeah, I should have got the $30 one because the other one was like from China, and it took like 12 months to get to.
For one of my best friend's daughter's 10th birthday, I learned that she loved going to Buffalo Wild Wings.
I heard about that.
And her father, my buddy Steve to my left here, hated going to Buffalo Wild Wings.
'Cause everything tastes the same.
Everything tastes like chicken wings, even the salad. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm going to throw in a bunch of money. I think I threw in like $100. And then I emailed our football team because we were all playing football at the time. Said, anybody, it's Caitlin's 10th birthday. Anybody want to throw in money, please do so. I think the gift card ended up being like $250 or $300.
Yeah, it was so much money. And
I was like,
It's like 6 or 7
and it
trips.
it's more than that because
I was like, Caitlin, happy birthday. You're only allowed to go to Buffalo Wild Wings with your dad.
we gone so many times. that was a good
that was definitely a good joke. One that didn't cost that much money, and actually my wife did it. Her and her friends were sending scratch offs to one another.
Like lottery tickets?
Yeah, and it was somehow like if one of those weird chains where if you send out $10 worth, you're supposed to get back from every, it kind of circles around. You're
Like
going to
a
get
pyramid scheme?
Yeah, but it was like within her friends. So, but if everybody did it, if you sent out 10, you were supposed to get like $20 worth or something
10.
weird. I don't know. So my wife, as a joke, sends, I'm not going to say her name, but we all know her, scratch offs that were she already scratched them off.
That's a really good joke.
And it's anonymous, so you don't know who sent him to you because he didn't put any return.
Right.
And never said anything. Never said anything to her, but no, she was steaming. Like a year and a half later, somehow the conversation got brought up organically. And
A year later,
Like
this girl was
a long-
still
That
pissed.
is so
I gotta
awesome.
know exactly who this is.
it was just, it wasn't like brought up in a way like, would you believe this? But it was somehow scratch offs were brought up, and then it was like, oh, and then it reminded her of that. And she was like, some dumb bitch sent me scratch offs that were already scratched. And then my wife just starts cracking up laughing. It was like, oh, that was me. And it was such a long joke.
Oh.
It was great.
Friendship over.
Yeah.
Long con jokes are the best jokes.
It was Carly.
Was
Was
it?
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would have thought it was Jen. So in addition, Whalebone Magazine, I saw on Instagram. This other thing that I saw on Instagram, which was not an advertisement, but it was just like Instagram suggested that I watch this video, and it was of a band. And the band
Gathering Gloom.
No, they're called Calling All Captains. And the video that I saw was like, I guess it's the lead singer, and he says, "If you know what this is," and then he plays a note.
Was it a bald guy sitting on the edge of a bed?
No.
Big thong. If you know, you know.
I don't. Oh, Wood?
I don't know. Good.
Yeah, I think that guy's name is Wood. He's
Is
dead.
He's dead. And he's dead.
He is dead.
Yeah, we did a lot of research on him during the pandemic in the neighborhood because that was going around a lot.
Where they were hidden pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it! They were so. Somebody hid of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for any listeners who don't know who we're talking about.
Who Wood is?
Who Wood is. But there was one where it's this guy and they would hide him in pictures, and you'd have to. Someone sent me a thing of like, it was a picture of bean salad, and I was like, what the fuck is this bean salad? And then I like looked, and then there he was.
And there's Wood.
There's Wood. I love that his name's Wood.
I know, it's really good. So anyway, I see this thing again, and it said something to the effect of, if you know what this note is, and then the guy plays it, and then it cuts to another guy in the band, and he plays it, and then another guy in the band plays it. He said, then you'll probably like us, and they're like a pop punk, like screamo kind of band. They were a little too screamo for me.
Are they like a day of the week?
Like, I don't know who that is. Like
Thursday.
Oh, right. Yes.
Like
yes.
today.
Very, very similar. But they played the first note of 3 different songs. Or not the first note, but the first piano note, first guitar strum, and first drum solo. And I got 2 out of 3 of them. And I'm curious if you guys can get 2 out of 3 and maybe even pick out the third one that I couldn't get. So I'm going to play them for you.
Oh, Joe
fucking came prepared.
He brought a bit,
brother. Yeah.
Joe brought a bit.
I'm so happy about this.
Let's do it.
I'm back.
Let's go.
All right, ready?
Holy shit.
Ready?
Yeah.
You like our band if you recognize this. Or this. Or this.
Okay.
There's one that's like, your lipstick is calling on something.
I think the last one is.
What goes on.
Which one is that?
The second one.
Okay, that's the song I didn't know. So who is that?
Sing it. Sing it here.
It's like, I know exactly what goes on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
know
want
I
to
who
think
it
the
is?
third one is Blink 182.
It
no?
is.
Okay.
First Date.
Yeah.
Yes. And then the first one is Welcome to the Black Parade.
Oh, okay.
My Chemical Romance.
I was going to say Kanye.
Okay, I can get that now. I did not hear that when it first played.
Yeah, you got to let me know what that middle one is, Steve, because that's the one I couldn't pull, and I listened to it. Oh, you know what? Is that Eve 6?
No, it's not Eve 6.
Are you sure? I mean, the thing that I'm thinking of.
Yes, it is Taking Back Sunday.
Uh, nice. Good pull. Good pull.
I just think it's funny because the other week I went and saw Thursday, and then the other at that same time.
You did say it's the day of the week.
at the second, and by like at that time, like my favorite emo bands were Taking Back Sunday and Thursday. And I was just like, God damn it.
I Rise Against.
And Rise Against, but I don't consider them emo.
That's true.
Taking Back Sunday is right now one of my favorite days of the week.
Oh yeah,
Do you know
football
why?
season.
Football. And speaking of football, I have a new hero.
O.J. Simpson.
Fucking awesome transition.
Ray Ruschel. Do you know who this guy is?
I don't. Are you saying his name right?
I am.
Okay.
You haven't heard of him. But I've thought about, way before that I've read this story about this guy, about doing this. And I didn't even think it was possible. I just thought, what if? And this guy's fucking living it. He's 49 years old. decided to go back to college.
Like Bam. Oh, not Bam Wilder.
And
And try to make the football team?
he made the football team.
Shut up.
Get out of here.
49 years
What
old.
college?
North Dakota State College of
Is it
Science.
the one where Eli Manning is dressed up?
No.
Oh, I saw that. That was good. At Penn State.
He's older than, obviously, all the teammates, which are about 19 years old, and older than the coaches.
What position is he playing? Long snapper?
It doesn't say, but
So it's not North Dakota State. Oh, yeah, that is a old man.
But-
Yeah.
but just think
Yeah.
that, okay, so
Did they let him? Do you think they let him join the team as like a gimmick?
Well, I thought the NCAA did have like an age cap.
I don't
on
know.
that
I think
stuff.
as long as you don't, well, obviously he's on it. So the discussion is not whether or not he is or not, because he is, but at what age does it even out? Or what age do you still have an advantage? Because, I'm 44 and my son, obviously, he's 12. He plays football. If I were to get on pads, I'd kill everyone out there.
Right.
So obviously 40 and a 12-year-old, I still have the advantage. But if I was 75, the 12-year-old probably would have the advantage. So does 49 and a 19-year-old,
like
are they,
where-
you know what I mean? He's reached his peak and come back down and they're kind of even? Or does he still have an advantage or a disadvantage at 49?
I mean, I think it depends on the position.
Yeah, I think Joe's right. Like if it was something where you have to run a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to run a lot.
I think-
all of them, but
I think if he's the quarterback and he's still got a decent arm and a great offensive line, I think he's got the advantage.
He
If
could
he's
fuck up
got
a
a scramble,
12-year-old.
So he works night shift at a beet processing factory.
I love beats.
look at the white shirt over.
And he's been he's active duty Army National Guard and so forth. So he's probably been pretty fit
Sure.
his life. But I mean, at 49, you can't just
Step onto a football
no.
field.
I mean that's a totally different style of
no, good
of
for
fitness.
him. That's pretty awesome.
And his his teammates are all I think he said he's a good dude and he tries and all that. But I just keep thinking like
Do you think any of his teammates would be like, he's a dick, and I'm glad he's not on our team?
But at what age? I'm thinking like 49 and 19-year-olds. I still feel like I would have the advantage as a 49-year-old, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like if you're a guard and you're going against a defensive tackle or a defensive front lineman, doesn't matter what position you play. If you're hitting someone,
Yeah.
there's an advantage or disadvantage of some
Somewhere,
degree.
right. Yeah, it depends on how big the
Think about
guys are that you're going
When
against.
when you play social sports, there's a point where, although we would win when the older we got,
Do you
we
remember
actually
when we
won.
played softball and Dylan's dad was on our team and he was like the
Yeah.
best fucking player on
Yeah.
our team?
He had a
and was
can-
in his
he had a
50s.
cannon.
Oh my god! And he slap hit the ball wherever he wanted to put it. Like he always knew where the ball was going. I think he also cared more than any of us did. But
So there is that, but it could be that factor
you
where
try
he
harder?
was trying harder because maybe he still felt like I gotta hang with the young kids, right?
right,
Which maybe this guy has a little chip on his shoulder too, but at that point, you have nothing to lose. I mean, I guess you can pull something and shit, but I feel like baseball might be slightly different. I feel like you can play baseball longer than you can play football. So that might be, it's a good comparable, but I feel like full contact sport, your skills, I mean, if you're 32 years old running back, they're like, time to retire.
who's the oldest person to ever throw a pitch in an actual MLB game?
I'm just gonna guess Nolan Ryan,
No.
Randy Johnson.
Jesus, I don't know.
No, I didn't say MLB regular season game. Billy Crystal pitched in a preseason or
Like the first pitch?
no, like actually pitched in the game. Like they signed him to
as
a
a
1 day
gimmick?
contract.
Yeah.
Oh, as a-
Remember Will Ferrell did
Oh, Will
that?
Ferrell did that with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy Crystal did it with the Yankees a bunch of years ago.
You guys, since we are in full swing of football season, let me give you guys just a quick 1-question quiz to see if you guys
Sure.
can hang.
How well we're paying attention to the football season?
Has nothing to do with that.
Oh,
Overall knowledge.
good segue.
How many teams have never won a Super Bowl?
4.
I think it's more than 4. I think it's 6. I want to say.
It's 12.
Oh shit!
Oh my
way off.
God.
Do you want to just start naming some teams that you
Yeah.
think never won a Super Bowl.
Dolphins,
The Dolphins,
the Jags,
the Jags,
the Panthers,
uh-huh,
Falcons,
uh-huh, the Texans,
Texans. Yep.
the Lions, the Vikings.
The Bills. No, the Bills beat
no.
the Redskins.
No,
No, the Bills.
The Bills
yeah,
have
yeah,
never
yeah,
won.
Bills.
Um,
Cardinals.
no, they've won.
They did with Kurt Warner.
No,
Did the Cardinals win? Is that one of them, Jim?
Nope.
yeah. I think the
Chargers.
Chargers have won. I don't know. I'll give
All
up.
right, here's the list. You got a lot of them. Buffalo Bills and they have had 4 appearances.
Back to back.
Right.
Minnesota Vikings also have 4 appearances in the Super Bowl.
Falcons.
Cincinnati Bengals
You
had
said the
3.
Falcons.
Oh, we did.
Falcons have been to the Super Bowl twice and never won. Carolina Panthers 2. Arizona Cardinals 1. Tennessee Titans 1. Chargers 1. Browns 0 times in the Super Bowl.
We didn't say the Browns.
Lions 0 times in the Super Bowl. Jaguars 0 times in the Super Bowl. And to round out the list, Texans was 0 times.
So we missed the Bengals
Super Bowl.
and the Browns.
Yeah,
Do we get everybody else?
missed 3, I think. But
I would have
That's
guessed 4.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw the article, I was like, "There's probably like 4 teams." That
Yeah.
I was astonished to know that there's.
it is wild for like teams like the Vikings and the Lions that
That
have been
since the beginning.
and I think was one of them 0 times to the Super Bowl.
The Lions, yes.
Like you
crazy.
played forever.
They had
and,
fucking Barry Sanders.
and
Well,
Calvin
Viking-
Johnson.
The Vikings had Fran Tarkenton.
But to think about, so the Vikings have been 4 times. Their last appearance was in 1977. So 45 years ago. Like, how hard of a fan do you have to be?
That's tough.
45 years. That would be basically our entire lives.
I mean, that's what's the way it is with the Orioles.
No, what? Yeah, okay, yeah.
I mean,
No.
the Orioles haven't won a World Series since the year I was born.
Which was
83.
Okay.
With being fans of things like because like the Browns, they always say like they're like the most like rabid fan base with stuff, but it's just like I guess
They're
it's
just angry.
but and then the time
It
that
kinda becomes their thing.
when you do win, it's got to feel so good. Like
Yo, yeah.
Man,
like when the Orioles, like if the Orioles ever win, or one of our listeners, like if you have a team that's never won, when that team wins, like it's got to be the best feeling in the entire world. Like
yeah. No, I remember was it 04? Red Sox Yankees ALCS, and I was rooting so damn hard for the Red Sox.
Is that when Aaron Boone hit that?
No, that was the Aaron Boone was for the Yankees, right?
Yeah.
At the time. No, that was the one where the Red Sox finally won. They went on to win the World Series. And like I was rooting so hard for the Red Sox, and then it just completely backfired because then
I hate them more than the Yankees.
oh
now.
my god, yeah. Like then they just invaded Camden Yards and it was the worst.
When the Ravens won the Super Bowl, I don't know if it was because I was there. I think maybe I got a little tied up, but I shed a tear.
Yeah.
When because it came down to the wire. It was a blowout, right? But we basically won on the last play. So it was
you
pretty
happy you were still alive when the power went out?
It wasn't that dark.
Really?
Emergency lights kick on.
I don't even know if they're emergency. It was only I would say a third of the stadium,
Oh.
but on TV it looked real dark.
Yeah.
But there, I didn't even know that the lights went out. Really,
really?
because I was
You're
getting
like, why are they playing?
Yeah, it did look a little shadowy on that side of the stadium, but it definitely wasn't. I had to look on like Facebook or whatever to realize that that's why we were stopping.
Huh.
But yeah, when that happened, I had tears in my eyes.
Do they still serve when you go to the Super Bowl? Do they serve beer all the way through, or is it still the same thing? Like they cut it off at the end of the third quarter?
Oh, I've had, I don't know. I had beers all the way through, and then of course it was in New Orleans, so
I always
we
have
all went out to Bourbon Street.
Yeah, I always have this whenever I would go to games when I know the beer cutoff thing is happening.
Load up.
I get in panic. I go in fucking straight panic mode, and I buy and then I end up having like 4 or 5 beers underneath me, and then I just throw them all away because I can't. In my head, I'm like, I
Can't be without beer.
I can't have this is the fun. I gotta have
Fun in a cup.
Yeah,
Let the fun run dry.
and then I'm just like, no way, because what happens if it goes on forever, and then
What if there's overtime?
yeah, and then it just you can't think. You can't. I go in a straight panic mode all the time. I probably miss a lot of the games in the third quarter because I'm like,
In line for getting beer.
I know, and I get fixated on it where I'm just like if somebody's the beer man is coming up, I'm like, oh, can I get a Miller Lite? And I'm like, I'm gonna go down and get 2 more. I run down.
So this past weekend we went to our first game. It was Ravens home game.
Yeah.
The wife almost gets in a fight.
Nuh-uh, really?
It was, you know my wife.
Yes.
So she doesn't keep her mouth shut, and she was on the right side of it. But there was
That's
this
always
girl.
a good thing.
There were some Miami fans sitting in the row in front of us to the right. There's maybe 4 of them, and they were fine. They were just doing their own thing. Of course, they would cheer when something happened, but they weren't being dicks. Then there was I would say if she didn't have a beer in her hand, I would say the girl was in front of us was like 19, but maybe she's 23. I don't know. And she was completely drunk, and she was very annoying, trying to turn around and say, she said something to the effect to the guy sitting next to me, a comment on the Ravens defense, like the Ravens defense, they're just not as good as they used to be, but they do try really hard. And it was just like, wah, wah,
they love the sport.
And then she was like, and 2, and then she lost her train of thought. So she was like, go Ravens. It's like, anyway. So then she's standing up, like shaking her butt, like not doing football things, right? Like she's just being in the way. So the guy next to us like taps her like on the back and like, hey honey, sit down. So she sits down, and then every play, it's her to the left, just one random Ravens lady fan sitting next to her, and then 4 Miami fans to the right. And every time the whistle blew, she would get up, lean across this lady, and talk shit to the Miami people.
Oh, nice.
And it didn't matter if it was a 3-yard run, a sack, an incomplete pass. She would get up and just be like, my heart aches for you guys because you guys, are Miami fans. Just the dumbest. So anyway, she was bothering everybody. So my wife goes and yells, "Don't be a jerk."
And they say that every time.
Yeah, it's a Ravens thing they say in the stadium. So she looks at the girl looks at my wife, and Nicole was like, sit your ass down. Nobody wants to, just kind of like leaning into her. And the girl just shut up. She's like, oh shit. So she sits down. Then her boyfriend comes back. And of course, then the girl's like whispering to her boyfriend. You could tell that they were talking about. So the boyfriend turns around. He had sunglasses on, like staring at us. Then he takes his sunglasses off slowly so you could see his eyes.
He like slides them down his nose.
Yeah.
Just total Chuck Norris move.
Right. And my wife's like, what
You'd
the
already
fuck
be
you
dead
want?
if it was Chuck Norris.
She was like, what the fuck you want? You want to go? Let's fucking go.
Nicole? Was she
said that.
drunk?
No.
Really?
She was like, let's
awesome.
fucking go. And then he just put him back, slid him back on his face, turned around forward. They didn't say a word. Like within 5 minutes, they were gone. They left and never came back.
Awesome. Good
Nice.
for her.
But I told her, because I was laughing, and she was like, what? Did I do something wrong? I'm like, no, you were totally in the right. I don't necessarily agree with how you went about it.
Right.
But,
Mission accomplished.
Right. You were on the right side. Now, had it been her boyfriend, some other asshole, like drunk, then him and I would have been fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how it happens.
And that's what happens because no matter what would happen, if he like said something like you were going to have
Right.
to.
If he said anything, I would have to respond. Like she would have also responded because that's how. But I would also have to respond at that point. And then it's a hard cut. It's either he shuts up and they leave, or the beer starts kicking in. Luckily he shut up and they left.
God, it's so funny. Good. Well, at least
So I got 2 PSLs for sale. If anyone.
Do you worry about that? Because because that's a big thing they always post in the stadium. They'll say, if you get caught, like if somebody gets pissed at you, you can lose your PSLs. Do you worry about that?
I wonder how often that actually happens.
They give you
never
so many
happened.
chances.
Yeah.
You'd have to be crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I never got in trouble, and I slept through most of the games.
Yeah, you used to get rowdy before the games.
I love it. I miss tailgates so much. I text the guys that I tailgate with like every home game because I miss.
Are you going to go to any?
I probably will, but it's just like that tailgate has disbanded.
There's nothing there now. There's no tailgate at all.
Yeah, because all those buildings are torn down.
The storage places?
Yeah,
Really?
it's all.
No, they're not. I don't think
That street doesn't. Something's like you can't use that street anymore.
Oh. Huh.
And it's all changed, and then like I'll go tailgate. I know where like a couple of the guys still tailgate.
Yeah.
You know, I would go there, but yeah, like the big thing where I'm singing karaoke.
Are the Verizon guys still doing the tiki tailgate, that thing?
I don't know. I have no idea.
We went there one time. I thought that was.
I always liked that thing.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah. Oh, the tiki tailgate was so awesome. And there's a story that happened at the tiki tailgate.
We are actually out of time, Steve.
Well, then I guess I'll have to save it till next week.
Yeah, can you tell the story next week?
Thanks for listening. Follow us, Jim Joe Steve, at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and everything else.
But if you have a prison story,
Still
call us
call
at
in.
856-THE-JJSS.
Wayne County.
Or find us at...
I already said all that stuff.
Oh, okay. I got excited.
Oh, okay. All right, for the Jim Joe Steve Show, my name's Joe.
I'm Steve.
I'm Jim.
And we'll talk to you next week.